Lost on. Welcome to my story time of my first boyfriend experience. Okay, so I was very sheltered as a child. I did not have my first boyfriend until I was in high school. Senior year. So it's this guy from church. And I think he's really, really, really cute. Really cute. And I DM him on Instagram and asked for his snap, and then we start snapping, and I asked him to go to homecoming with me because it was my senior homecoming and I never had a date to homecoming, and I just was like, it's my senior homecoming, I have to have a date. It's so lame that I've never had a date. Well, we really hit it off. It was great. We had a really good time. He drove here to we went to different schools. He drove here to pick me up and everything. He went and got pictures with all my friends. He really put up with a lot for the first time really ever meeting and talking in person. Yeah, this was the first time we ever met and talked in person. I know. We went to homecoming as dates. It's the first time we actually talked in person. I don't know what I was thinking. Anywho, we kept Snapchatting and talking more, and then I invited him to come carve pumpkins with me and my mom. Well, then I asked him to come carve pumpkins, so he came over, and my mom and I went to the store and we got pumpkins and carving kits, and we set up this whole thing in my kitchen, and she took pictures. It was really cute. Okay, it was the thing to do. I still love carving pumpkins. Okay, really childish though, but we didn't kiss, nothing. Anywho, we just were hanging out, and then he actually asked me out on a real date to the movies, which, ladies, if he asks you to the movies on your first date, say immediately no, because it is so awkward. You can't talk and get to know each other. It's not he took me to dinner and then we went to see a movie. He was literally let's go see this movie, and I was okay, whatever. Well, it was a scary movie, and I hate scary movies. I am traumatized. In 7th grade, I went camping, and we went in one of these to this campground. It was the most probably childish haunted house thing that they had set up for little kids. It was made for young kids. It wasn't meant to be super scary. I made it maybe 20 seconds into this haunted house thing that they made before I had to be carried out crying. It wasn't even, I couldn't even tell you what was so scary about it, but it traumatized me. So I don't do well with scary. So he takes me to see the scary movie because he's oh, get the cuddle arm around you. Will. Really? So I bring my baby blanket because I still have a baby blanket. Yeah, I know. Childish. I still have a baby blanket. I don't care. I will have it in my grave, okay? So I bring my baby blanket to the movie theater because I am terrified. And that is the only thing that brings me comfort when I am scared. And this going to see this movie was an actual fear of mine. It was Halloween, with Michael Myers and everything. I can watch true crime, no tomorrow. But something about scary movies Slangs and Friday the 13th and The Conjure, that just freaks me out too much to another level where I can't sleep at night. But I can watch stuff about people who actually murder. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. But he takes me to see Halloween, whatever. We're sitting in the car, and then we get back to my house and he kisses me. It's this little peck. It's so weird. Oh my god, it was cringe. Thinking back on it, cringe. I'm cringing at myself. I'm why? Anywho, and then he asked me to be his girlfriend. Oh god, yeah. And I was yeah, sure. So now we're dating, and he played football, so I went to every single one of his football games. Every single one, and he didn't go to my high school, so I missed out on going to my senior year football games going to his. Was I mental? Yeah, I was. Because looking back, I did not go to my high school football game senior year, really, but whatever. I did, but I went to his too because he played. Anywho, he was literally just the kicker, and I missed my whatever. That's still, it's gonna, okay. But the one time we were going to his game, me and my best friend Taylor, and we're it's 3 lanes. One lane is coming merging. There's a middle lane, and then there's us in this fast lane. So we're going, all of a sudden, this car in the middle lane cuts off, or this car in the middle lane's hood is all of a sudden under the bumper of an 18-wheeler, because that 18-wheeler, it must have been in his blind spot. He just came right on from the ramp and just merged right over, not looking. So this guy who was in the middle lane swerved and sideswiped the lady in front of me. Okay, so the lady in front of me slams on her brakes, but it's wet and rainy out, and like we're on the highway, so we're going pretty fast, and I slam into the back of her. Well, I'm slowing down because I know it's gonna happen, so I'm like bracing, like I'm trying to slam on my brake as hard as I can, but I also can't swerve out of the way because there's a barrier here, and on the other side was traffic. So I couldn't like swerve out of the way. Anywho, I'm in like complete and utter shock when this is happening. And of course, like when you're in need, my parents don't answer, like whatever. And like I'm trying to call his mom's not answering. I'm trying to call him. Well, he's in football, like football's about to start. He's probably like warming up. And like I'm like, I don't know what to do. So my friend Taylor, like she's like talking to the people because I'm like so hysterical. But anywho, that all happens. It's fine. I get there and like I see him after the game and I'm like, yeah, so I literally just got into a car accident. And he was like, oh, I am sorry. And then like goes and proceeds to hang out with his friends. I'm like, okay. Anywho, that was that story. And then here is our breakup. It is so funny. Like this is literally a month relationship. And like, oh gosh, just looking back, I'm like, why? I mean, it taught me many lessons, I guess. Just like communicate. I guess I was so infatuated with the fact that I was gonna get a boyfriend and like someone liked me that like I went and saw scary movies. Now if I dated a guy and he was like, you want to go see a scary movie? I'd be like, absolutely the heck not. No. I wouldn't just like go along with it. I'll be like, can we do something else, or like suggest something else? Be like, that's not my vibe. Not just go along with it. Like, why did I just say yes? And also going to the movies is not a good first date idea anyway. And then what else? Oh, our breakup. So we went to different schools. Well, his best friend also went to my high school and like just started all this like these rumors about me, how like I cheated on him, and was like talking shit about me to my girlfriend that he was dating was wrong, and like I was lying and like hiding from him that I was cheating on him. But like when I tell you I wasn't cheating on him, I genuinely mean I wasn't cheating on him. And it's crazy to think about, like, if his best friend never like started that lie, how long would we have lasted? Like, would we still be dating and like I would have like stuck up for myself? Because like that was my first relationship, so I didn't really know, and like I learned a lot. Like, not really. If his like best friend like didn't go to my high school, or like scenarios could have been different, like would we still have been together? And it's crazy because now that I graduated college, and it's like literally 5 years later that since we've dated, I saw him at church and we like started talking. Now we're like friends, whatever. So like I went and hung out there the one day, and like we were talking, we were like, imagine if we worked out, like, and we were still together. And I was like, no. It gave me the immediate ick that he said that. And then I was like, okay, now this is a bad situation. Like, I do not want to be in this situation. Like, I know I'm beautiful, thank you very much, but I thought we were just friends. And like, since we go to the same church and like I moved back home, I'm trying to like meet people back home again, but you're not it. Sorry. I mean, like, it's weird to be friends with an ex, okay? Like, don't even try it. Like, even though we had 5 years of like not talking to each other at all. I mean, we drunk called each other freshman year a little bit because we did date senior year. We drunk called each other a few times, but like not really. Because we only dated a month, so it's not like we were in love with each other or anything. I mean, maybe he was in love with me, I don't know. I have this really bad cough. It is not COVID. I've tested myself for COVID, and it's not COVID, but I cannot get rid of this cough that I have. But anywho, do I have any other stories about him? He was just such a funny person. Like, look, not my type. So not my type. Like, but he was really nice. Like, he broke up with me over text too, but then he like did some petty stuff, and he like was like, throwback to when I had my sweatshirt, because like I refused to give him his sweatshirt back, because like I was like in the high school, I was like, I'm not gonna give you your sweatshirt back, I'm gonna burn it. Oh my god, that's so stupid. Like, what? Really? Anywho, so that is the story time of my first boyfriend and our relationship, and looking back, it's just so funny. We did so many weird things together. Okay, sorry, I thought I heard something. Him and I did so many weird things together, and since we went to the same church, like, we like went to like youth group together and everything, like, I don't know. It was like the weirdest relationship ever. Like, I don't even know if it was just so weird. Like, what an experience high school relationships were. Like, now I even like, because my sister's in high school and like my other sister just graduated from high school, my relationships the relationships they have with like when they get boyfriends and stuff, they don't act like how we used to act. Like 2016 high school Georgie does not look like the 2023 freshman high schooler as my 2016 self did. Like, now like high school relationships are like all fancy and like boo boxes. No, that was not, like, I don't know, that was, relationships just so crazy to think about. Like, my high school career was just like crazy to think about. Like, anywho, that's all for today's video. I guess I should close it out here because I need to go. But I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. I really hope that you will subscribe and stick around because this is the content you're gonna get just hearing me run my mouth. So, bye!